Hey guys, welcome back to another 3D design tutorial. In today's video, we're going to be making a snow scene by combining all of our previous projects and adding some new details. So this is how our final scene would look like. And this is a more polished version of the same scene after adding an HDRI. So we can start off by creating a new file, and the first thing to do is to scale this cube down on the z-axis and then make it a bit more flatter to make the base of our scene. And now, after going into edit mode, we can add loop cuts and slide them down, one on this side and one on the other side. And we can do the same thing from top to bottom as well. So now that we have these loop cuts, we can go into face select mode and select all of the faces that are surrounding the cube. And now that I've selected all of them, I can just go ahead and extrude them to make the walls of our scene. Okay, now that we're done, I can go here and double click this to rename it. I'll name it the base. Now what we can do is we can append our objects from a different scene. So if I go to File and then click on Append, it opens up this folder and now I can choose my previous projects. So first let me append the tree so I can go where I saved it. And once I go here, it's going to ask me which one to append. And we can go to Objects and select all of the objects that make up the tree. And now if we click on Append, you should see that the tree is over here. And now what I can do, I can join all of these objects and make them into one singular object to make it easy for me. So I can select all of them, and now I can press Ctrl J to join them. And now as you can see, it's one singular object. And I can name this one tree. And I can bring this up. And we can duplicate the tree later, but let's append the other objects now. So let's go to append again, and we can repeat the same process until we get all of our objects. And now that I have all my objects in the scene, we can go ahead and scale them to make sure they're the right size. So I can make the snowman a bit smaller than the tree, and I can bring it down so it's on the ground. And now what we're gonna do, we're gonna add a camera to our scene and place it in a view that we are satisfied with. And now we can just move our objects till we are satisfied. And we can also duplicate our tree to add more and make it look like it's a forest. And now we can go to the render preview mode to make sure all our colors are there and were properly imported from the previous files. And as we can see, all the objects here have the colors. And the last step remaining, you can just give our base object a color so that it stands out. Okay, now that I'm done coloring my scene and I've also placed the camera, we can go ahead and add the lighting to our scene. If we go into our render preview mode, it should be dark like this, or it might be light gray for you. So we can go to our world settings here. And here, instead of color, we can click on this, go to environment texture, and now everything will be pink. And here we can open and add our own HDRI. So I have my own HDRI picked out here, and I'll put the link in the description for this so you can download this as well. So once we click download here, you should be able to open the HDRI from your downloads folder. So I have mine right here. And now that I've opened it, you should be able to see something in the background. And to change what you see here, we can go here where it says shading tab. And where it says object over here, I can go to world. And now you should see something like this. And now we should add two new nodes over here and attach it to our environment texture. So the first one is the mapping node. You can shift A and search for it and connect vector to vector over here. And the other one is called texture coordinate. And we can connect generated to vector over here. And we can scale this up a little bit so we can see it better. And now, over here in the mapping node, if we adjust the rotation, as you can see here, the angle of the HDRI in our scene is changing. So first we can adjust the Z value over here. And then we can adjust the X so we see only the clouds. Or we can move it up like this. You can mess around with the values till you find something you like, and then we can come back to the Layout tab. And once you're satisfied with your scene, you can go ahead and click on Render and Render Image to render your final image. So that's the end for today's project, and in the next couple of videos, we're going to be learning how to make a rocket using Edit Mode, and after that, we'll learn how to make complex shaders using the Shading tab and the Nodes menu. And we'll also learn about the different render engines. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video.